had a good time for a little while. I've been flaring on and off. I am becoming more sensitive to spices such as ginger, black pepper, some other things. When I feel good, I feel good. When I feel bad, I feel bad. I don't treat myself with any medication. I did break down and take a Z-Tech for my allergies last night. Just because I was in so much pain, I just felt like I needed some sleep. My allergies been keeping me up too. Itchy nose and scratchy face. So I said, you know what? It's going to be the lesser of the evil today. So for my medication, I've been just drinking green tea. And I decided to fast. I have not been able to successfully fast because I can't resist the food. I mean, I won't eat anything that I'm not supposed to eat. But as my sensitivities grow, I imagine at this point, I'm eventually going to have to go back on Humira and do a diet, which is something I resent even the thought of doing, because I want it to be one or the other. I don't want to sit here and inject myself with something that's going to cause me to have another disease later, and I still can't even enjoy the social aspect of food. And I really just felt left out on that part. I don't even think I actually crave the food. I crave convenience. I don't miss much of the starchy foods. But I do enjoy eating. And I feel like my diet is restrictive enough with no starches. Banana was my favorite fruit. So here I am. And I'm flared right now. I'm flared on my left side and my lower back. And my hip on my left side. My eyes have been flared. And I have not seen any doctors. I have appointments coming up. But they just want to give me a pill. And I'm not consistent enough to take a pill. It's not Christmas time. I just drink out of my mugs all year long. I don't have mugs that I pack away after Christmas. So, side note. I've been meaning I need to take a public speaking class, because that's one of the reasons I don't want to do videos. I watch my videos and I don't like them because I can't stay consistent. Maybe I need to draw myself an outline to stick with. But so I need to stick to a very strict diet, and eggs have been making me nauseous lately. I don't know why. Not causing me any inflammation, and maybe it's just a thought, because like if I drink some tea or some juice or something with flavor after I eat my eggs, and I think eggs are delicious, then the nausea seems to go away. So I don't know. It's all just trying to figure it out. Just like the scientists are trying to figure out medications, and nutritionists are trying to figure out diets, and we as individuals who struggle with not being able to do what those who are not inflected with either, bodies who respond to certain foods, I mean, there are people who eat starch, they eat meat, they eat sugar, and they don't have diabetes, and they don't have high cholesterol, and they don't have ankylosing spondylitis, or reactive arthritis, or ulcerative colitis, or Crohn's disease. They do whatever they want, and they live well doing it, and they don't need to take medication or have a restrictive diet. But for the rest of us who have high blood pressure, or Crohn's disease, or allergic to tree nuts or something, celiacs, whatever your ailment may be that needs to be controlled by diet, it's a pain in the butt. You see how disconnected my thoughts are? I don't even remember the beginning of why I started saying that. That's why I don't really leave any messages here. But I do see some people watch them and give it a thumbs up. So maybe some of the information I'm giving helps. As always, I'll give a run through of my illnesses. I was diagnosed with pre-ankylosing spondylitis 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with Ankylosing Spondylitis. At the same time, I was diagnosed with Ulcerative Colitis 2 years ago. And I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's 1 year ago. And I was on Humira for a year after being diagnosed with the active ankylosing spondylitis and ulcerative colitis, because I can deal with a limp, but I cannot deal with uncontrollable bowels. So that's that. I did have constipation for years, but I wasn't diagnosed with anything until I had severe bloody diarrhea. Sorry that if that made you squeamish, but if you have an illness, I think most people get over squeamishness. And I maintain my body through medication on and off. Medication can be steroids, or I put steroid drops in my eyes called Predforte, or the generic brand. And I'm pretty consistent with my starch-free diet. I fell off in the beginning. The first on and off in 10 years. I think the first 7 years I go on and off. Be on for 4 years, go off for a few months, get sick, wind up in the hospital, back on medications. Most of the time it's by accident, though. I eat starch by accident. So my whole family eats starch. Everywhere I go, eat starch. There was flour all over my kitchen when my husband cooked last week. I'm convinced cross-contaminated, and that's why I'm all flared now, but I don't want to hurt his feelings, because I could be wrong. So accusing somebody of making you sick who loves you can make them feel bad, especially if you're not even sure. So anyway, hopefully everyone can find a path that helps them. Any questions about my diet, medications, histories, doctors? I'm fasting right now, just doing tea. Maybe I'll pick up some bone broth later. And hopefully I'll be feeling back to normal by next week.